Hi children, today let us study something under science, environmental science. What's environment? Our surroundings, we call it as environment. It includes water, soil, air, hills and mountains, the houses which are surrounding our dwelling place, the gardens, the roads, the vehicles, everything that surrounds us is called as environment. Environment. Okay, if you go, wherever you go, we stand on earth. If you go to a farm, you find beautiful soil particles there in the farm. Plants will be growing amidst these soil particles. If you go to a playground, what you see is the soil. If you go to a forest, the trees will be growing on a substratum made of soil. So we all stay, live and enjoy standing on earth, moving on earth. Now if you go to a farm, if you pick up a fistful of the material that is there in the farm, you look at that, just study a bit. You find black or reddish black particles, what you call as soil. The soil may have sand particles in it. It may have dead organisms in it. It may have living organisms like earthworms, insects. Earthworm won't do you anything. Even if it climbs up your hand, it won't bite you. Farmers will be very happy when they see earthworms in their farm. A farmer will always expect more and more earthworms to exist in his farm. More the earthworms in the soil, better the soil is. More the earthworms in the soil, higher the quality of the soil is. That's why we call earthworms as friends of the farmer. An earthworm is a friend of the farmer. Now soil, without soil can you grow anything? When you want to plant, when you want to put up a sapling, you need soil. You need quality soil. You need good soil. If you want to have a potted plant, you see that the best of the soils is brought and filled into the pot. You bring clay. If the clay is very sticky clay soil, you put some sand into it, mix it. Then you put some manure to it and make it a very good medium for your plant to grow, the garden plant to grow. You may plant rose there in that pot. You want the rose plant to grow well and produce colorful rose flowers. The day you see lots of rose flowers on that plant, you will be very happy. You feel, oh, my job is done well. Flowers have bloomed. You will show it to your friends. You will show it to your parents and tell how much you struggle to see that the plant comes up and blooms well. So what is soil? Soil is the topmost layer of the earth. It may grow to a depth of 2 inches. It may be there to a depth of 2 inches, 3 inches, 5 inches or maybe 1 foot even. The topmost layer of the earth is called as soil. S-O-I-L. If the soil is good, we will be able to grow well. So what is soil? Soil is the topmost layer of the farm or your garden. In certain regions, the soil may be very hard, or there may not be any soil. They might have put different chemicals and everything to make it a good playing ground. Their grass won't grow at all. Okay, how did soil get formed? From where did the soil come? A very interesting question. How did we get soil? In the beginning, earth had only rocks. There were huge rocks. How did the rocks come into existence? The lava, the boiling lava that was inside the earth used to come out whenever a volcano exploded. From the ruptures on the earth's surface, the lava which used to boil inside used to come out, gush out, come out like a fountain. It used to rise into the sky sometimes. Lava used to flow. Red liquid, hot red liquid. When it came in contact with air, it became solid. Solid lava, what do you call it? You call it as rock. Huge rocks got formed. Human beings were not there on the earth then. Animals were not there. Plants were not there. Earth was very, very hot. How can any living being survive on earth? It's not possible. So rocks got formed, water got formed, stage by stage, things underwent a change. These rocks started breaking. How did they break? Due to the heat of the sun. The heat of the sun made the rocks expand a bit in size. Suddenly, if there was a rain, the rocks used to grow smaller in size. They used to contract. Due to heat, they would expand. Due to cold wind and rain, they used to contract. Sometimes the rocks expanded suddenly. They contracted suddenly. This sudden contraction and expansion made the rocks break into pieces. So bigger rocks became smaller rocks. Large number of smaller rocks in the place where there was a big rock earlier. They went on getting sliced and cut into pieces. Ultimately, smaller rocks, smaller stones, then from there we got soil. When they got powdered further, we got fine sand particles. Those sand particles slowly got transformed into soil. So soil got formed from rocks. Rocks got converted into soil. Who heated up the rocks? The sun heated up the rocks. Who cooled them down? The sudden decrease in the temperature was due to rain or cold wind blowing, or precipitation, that is rain, or maybe ice, snow that fell from the skies. When snow and ice got deposited on the rocks contracted. So this sudden heating and cooling of the rocks made them break up into smaller rocks into fine sand particles into soil. All these did not happen in 1 year or 2 years. Millions of years were needed for rocks to get formed and then get converted into soil. Now if you go around, you see rocks. You see soil too. In the farms and gardens we see soil. In hills and such places we see big rocks. Now, if you take some soil from your farm soil, take a plate, collect some soil, bring it, put it into a jar, a big jar. Better you take a glass jar, because glass jar is transparent. You can see through a glass jar. Whatever you put inside the jar, you will be able to see it from outside. Definitely you will have a big jar. Ask your mom an used jar where you had jelly or jam or something. You will certainly get if you ask your mom. Tell her the purpose. Now clean the jar well, dry it up, wipe it with a cloth, keep it in the sun for some time, it will get dried up. Once it has dried up, you have brought the soil from the farm, soil from the farm. That soil you put into that. After you pour water. Now with the stick, you mix it. Mix it well. After mixing, keep the jar aside. Don't disturb it now. Leave it for a day. Leave it for a few hours, then let a day pass. Observe the jar now. You will be able to see different layers of soil of different types. At the bottom, you will have heavy particles. Heavy particles. They are stones and rocks, granite pieces, granite rocks. They all go and settle at the bottom. Next to that, you will have heavy particles which were there in soil. Which are the heavy particles? Sand. Sand comes next to rock. Rock pieces will be at the bottom. Then you will have sand. Next to sand, you will have sticky clay. Sticky clay. Next to sticky clay, you will have very light particles you find in soil. Humus. You call it as humus. What's that? Dead animal and plant material. Plants die, animals die, including insects. After they die, they get into soil and slowly they undergo transformation. What is transformation? A change. And these dead animals and plants turn to be very fertile soil for the plants to grow. You call them as humus. Humus. What is humus? Dead animal matter and dead plant material. Leaves from the plants, they fall down. What happens to the leaves? The dried leaves, they get powdered. When animals walk on them, stamp, they become powder-like. Then when rain water is there, they get mixed up. You get a different smell too sometimes. If you go to a forest area where there is lot of humus, you get a pleasant smell. It is from the humus. The humus, it is manure. Plants require humus for their growth. The humus too gets mixed up. Children, I have a ready soil profile for you for study purpose. See, I got it done in this plastic bottle. It's a transparent bottle. I have put gravel at the bottom. See, if you go deep into soil, earth, what you get would be rocks and gravel. That's why the bottom layer I have made it out of rocks, granite pieces and stones. Can you see it? I have written here gravel. We call it as gravel. This is gravel. Next, I told you, next to gravel, you have smaller pieces of gravel which have got turned into sand. These are sand particles, fine sand you see here. That is the next layer, sand. If you dig a well, in villages they dig wells. When they dig well, you might have seen heaps of sand get put on the banks of that area, on the sides. Nice sand it will be. So sand. Sand will have air pockets in it. Gravel too has air pockets in it. If I pour water into this now, I will see air bubbles coming out. Where was that air? Air was amidst the gravel particles, amidst the sand particles. So, sand has plenty of space in between. Water can fill up. And sand particles are crystalline. They have a definite shape. They are not very soft. They are crystalline. So sand contains air in it. Next to sand you have clay. This is clay. What is clay? Clay is the sticky substance. It is sticky. Clay is not good for growing plants. Sand is also not good for growing plants. What happens in clay? Clay holds water. Sand won't hold water. If you pour water into sand, water will just trickle away. Water will soak sand and move from the other side. It won't stay there. But clay is not like that. It will hold water. Even after the rain has stopped for a day or 2 or 3, you find the clay full of water. It will be holding water. So, farmers don't like clay. That sticky clay they don't like, because water will get stagnated in the fields. Plants will undergo decay. And when there is too much of water, there won't be air in the soil at all. The roots will not be able to breathe. The roots too breathe. They can't breathe. So that is clay. Above the clay, you have humus. See here. Now humus is the dead and decaying material. Humus is the dead plant material and dead animal material. You have humus there. Humus undergoes decay. The dead plant and animal material rot. Those materials rot. You know what is rotting? If there is a body of an animal lying somewhere outside your village in a farm yard, it will be undergoing decay. It will rot. As you go close, how do you close? You go close holding your nose. You get bad smell. You get hydrogen sulfide smell there. That irritates your nose. So you take out your hanky and hold it close to your nose. Now that is rotting. When animals rot, you get bad smell, gases with lot of bad smell get emitted. So this is humus. So what is good for the farmer? Farmer needs a soil which is a mixture of clay and sand. Clay holds lot of water, sand won't hold water. We want somewhere in between. How can we have it? You mix clay with sand. If you want to grow a garden plant, get clay. If clay is very sticky, what should you do? Bring some sand, sprinkle and mix it well. Put some sand or an equal amount of sand, mix it. Now the roots can grow well. There will be space in between the sand particles or the soil particles. So farmers always like to have a mixture of clay with sand. So when you have a potted plant, you should mix clay and sand and humus too. How can you get humus for your garden plants? Manure. The manure that farmers have is the humus. What is it actually? It is animal dung. Cows and buffaloes, they pass out dung. No? Dung. You mix that dung with leaves, green leaves, and farmers leave it for undergoing decay for a long time, 1 month or 2 months. When they have to sow plants, at that time they take that manure and mix it with the farm soil. So put the manure. Manure is humus. Humus mixed with the dung. Plant material mixed with animal waste. Dung of cows, buffaloes, sheep, goats. You mix. That turns to be a beautiful medium for growing plants. So this is the soil profile. So gravel at the bottom, next comes sand, next comes clay, next comes humus. If you mix sand and clay, you call that as loam. L-O-A-M, loam. Loam is a mixture of sand and clay. Loam is not as sticky as clay, not as dry as sand. It is somewhere in between the two. So loam is a mixture of sand and clay. Do this experiment at home. I have prepared the soil profile for you. Don't do this way. Take a jar, glass jar, put the soil into it. From the farm you bring and put it. Put water, mix it well, stir it, leave it aside, and the different particles of sand, they all get collected at different levels. Then study, keeping in view what I have told. You get the same profile, may not be as exactly as I have shown here. If your soil has less of sand, this will be a very thin profile here. If stones are not there at all, how will you get gravel then? There are no stones in a farm, you won't get gravel. But lighter particles, they will be at the top, and below that you have loam, that is sand and clay, a mixture of the two. See, now this is a clay pot. I told you clay is sticky. If you take out clay in your hand and just press it and see, it will be sticky in nature. It will stick onto your hands, stick onto your palm. With that, you can make statues, you can make pots, you can make different shapes, and then if you burn it in fire, it becomes strong as it is here. See the sound? Burnt clay, very well burnt clay this is, it gives a beautiful sound, correct? It gives a beautiful sound. And here even carvings have been made on that. They have been colored. See, beautiful pictures are there. Fish. Even for cooking we use clay utensils. But if this falls down, this will be in 2 or 3 pieces then. You should not lose sight of what you hold in the hand and drop it. You should be very careful, hold it well. Otherwise a clay pot will definitely break. A steel vessel won't break. It may lose its shape and face, but it won't break into two. A pot will break into two. A burnt brick pots, this is burnt brick or burnt pots, they are always strong. You get bricks, burnt bricks for building the house. They will be beautiful in shape and size. They will be having the same color. So this is made out of clay. The same clay you found in the soil profile now. Now let us discuss a few more features of soil. Plants, point number 1, plants grow in the soil. If there was no soil, plants would not have been able to grow at all. Plants can't grow amidst rocks. Soil is required for a plant to give it the support, give it the nourishment and protect the plant from falling down. Soil is required. Soil binds the roots of the plant and makes it stand. To make the soil fertile, soil itself may not be fertile. What should you do? You should add manure to it. What is manure? Manure is the dung of animals mixed with dead plant material. Farmers prepare it. Farmers will have a big pit close to their farmyard and put dung every day into that. At the same time plant material and allow it to rot. That becomes beautiful manure for the farm. Soil will have earthworms in it. Earthworms are friends of the farmer. The soil, earthworm swallows soil. When the soil goes through its digestive canal and comes out of the body, it will be fertile with all the juices added to it, digestive juices. Earthworms make the soil fertile. Insects, mice, then rabbits, all these are found in the farmyard. Some live above the soil, some live inside the soil. Soil gives shelter to lots of animals. Soil is the key for animal life. Soil is the key for plant life too. With the help of soil, we build buildings. Constructions are made with the help of soil. Bricks are made from soil. Pots are made from soil. And during the vacation period, you can make small, simple toys with soil. What kind of soil you require? You require sticky soil. Sticky black soil you get, and with the help of that you make different kinds of designs and toys. As we make Ganesha idol, you may have to give support from inside. If you don't give support, toys break. You can make bullock carts, you can make utensils, you can make different kinds of things that you play only for show purpose. You can make out of clay, the sticky clay, and you can even color them. So soil is very useful. Soil contains air in it. Soil should contain air. If it contains air, the roots can grow well inside the soil. If the soil is packed, as in the case of clay, plants won't grow. Their roots will not be able to penetrate through the soil particles. So, soil is a part and parcel of the life of all animals and plants in this world. Thank you.